What's up, guys? I'm Crystal Lee Naomi, aka Jasmine Borders on Tyler Perry's Sisters. Be sure to subscribe to the Haves and the Have-Nots review for not only reviews on the Haves and the Have-Nots, but also on Sistas. And while you're at it, give your girl a follow on Instagram at Crystal Lee Naomi. And I'll see you every Wednesday at 9, only on BET.
All right, Sisters fans. Honestly, I was going to record one more video, basically like a season overview, like my thoughts on everything, but I think maybe that video can wait a little bit longer. There's no need to rush it out because this video is the one everyone's been asking me about. Before recording this one, I've already done a video about who will save Andy, as in who will maybe be the person to pick her up, because there's no way she's just going to be walking all the way back home. That's not going to happen. Video about Karen choosing Aaron is still stupid, and Sabrina versus Alonzo. So before going into the video everybody wants me to talk about, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hit the bell notification icon if you haven't already. That way you are updated when I upload new content. Links to all my social media going to be in the description below. You can donate to the channel on PayPal or Cash App, or you can join the Patreon for as little as $2 a month for content over there that I don't post here on the main channel. And to round things out, again, make sure you follow the lovely Crystal Lee Naomi on Instagram and follow her second account, She Hustler Inc. I will leave links to both of those Instagram accounts in the top comment. So after the video is over, let me know your thoughts on the theme of the topic of the video. I don't know what to title this video because I was going to do two separate ones, but honestly, I don't see the need for it. Okay, so the last few minutes, we have Gary and Andy arriving at this house that everybody told me is from Too Close to Home. So thank you. I knew the house was familiar. I could not think of what Tyler Perry show I saw it at. But basically, this home is like in a 2 hour drive from the city. And then, Gary laid out its plans for, hey, we can start a family here. We can raise some kids, blah, blah, blah. But Andy hears the haunting words of Jasmine going through her mind about control, letting, isolation, making sure he controls where you go, who you talk to. And Andy wasn't about this life. She's a city girl. But then out of nowhere, freaking SWAT. And even though we didn't see them, we heard the sound effects of copters. So yeah, the FBI show up. Apparently, both of them had to get on their knees. Gary is under arrest and he's crying out the whole time, don't hurt her. She had nothing to do with this. And after he's taken away, the agent tells Andy that, money laundering, attempted mail fraud, wired, account, just all kinds of financial and illegal activities that they have been watching him commit for months until they busted him. Now, apparently, after accepting the $14 million wire transfer, that led to Andy's financial account being wiped clean. The $237,000 she had is now gone. Her apartment, her phone. I don't know if that was Andy or Gary's car that was being repossessed, but in any case, everything is the property of the government now. And Andy, for whatever reason, did not want to comply because she said if she would have told everything she knew, she would be let free. Now, to be honest, there are some people saying that this entire thing was an act. It was staged. Like Gary arranged all this to happen. And maybe this kind of makes sense. Okay, what we're going to do here, we're going to drive out 2 hours from the town. And when the FBI come and bust me, they're going to take me away. And we're going to leave you high and dry because the money transfer is over. Your bank account is clean. Guess what? I don't need you anymore, Andy. We've acquired your money. Now I'm gone. And then Andy wouldn't be able to get away because, by the time she does make it back to her apartment, if it's still, hers, it wouldn't matter because her money's gone and they won't be able to trace Gary. He might be able to clean his, footprints so nobody can find him, except for probably Leslie. So remember, some of the key things of the episode was when Gary went to the bathroom and was in the shower but was honestly on the phone. Leslie called saying, don't trust them. They're coming for you. That could mean that maybe she knew the feds were on their way and don't trust Gary because anything he says is a lie. And then when she was overheard in the shower, he was like, wait, are you sure? Is it time? You still want to do this? That could be in reference to the wire transfer. Basically Andy's account being wiped clean. which is interesting because wouldn't Sabrina have gotten an alert if the money was gone? Now, there are two ways this could go. Either the money was taken out because they have her account number, or the government took the money because this is legit. Gary is legitimate, being arrested by legitimate FBI agents, and Andy has nothing because even though she was innocent, her having the money transferred to her account and then having it taken out, her having the money wired to her account made her an accessory. And as the agent said, well, hey, if you want your stuff back and if you want to get your name cleared, you need to tell us everything you know about it. And it's like, I'm not talking to you, I don't know anything. And it's like, Andy, like, this isn't the game. This isn't one of those things where you keep secrets from your girlfriends. That's one thing, but these are, if they are legit, this is the FBI. They ain't playing no games. And to be honest, I could see this being an act, but to be fair, I really think this is legit. Like, this is legitimately, Gary's been doing some shady shit, and now he's being busted for it. Other people are like, this is a grand scheme orchestrated by Bellamy, Morris, and Jasmine. I think this is real because Gary kept saying, like, she had nothing to do with this. I think that and then we found out that Jasmine wasn't Gary's first wife. Guys, I'm leaning like, I'm 80% on the side that, you know what, this is a legitimate bust. Gary has been involved with some illegal activity. This is real. Andy is screwed. And I'm leaning 20%. The remaining 20% is, yeah, this is all an act, which I could see it being. But to be honest, this looked very real to me because I feel like the choppers was a bit much. But either way, you know, dang, it's a nice day outside. People just driving through this parking lot all wild like they ain't got no sense. But in any case, I think this was real. I do feel like at the end of the day, Andy is screwed. She did this to herself. I mean, yeah, I get the consequences of cheating and everything, but damn, this is like, I didn't expect it to go this far. I did not expect it to go this far. So basically, once again, Gary had a first wife who wasn't Jasmine, arrested for all kinds of illegal activity from, wire transfers, mail fraud, money laundering, which I think is linked to the whole Wired thing. So is this a scheme he does? I mean, because remember, the guy asked, like, you're a lawyer, right? Yeah, that makes sense why he would go after you. So I don't know. Because my biggest question is, like, Gary is supposed to be this athlete who makes crazy money. And if that's the case, why is he like double dealing and doing stuff under the table to get money when he should be, well, wealthy? So there are so many questions, and this scene did a good job of setting up season 2 stuff. Don't get me wrong. I can't wait to see what's happening, but I do feel like this was a legitimate FBI bust. Andy got caught in the middle of it. She should have just said what she did know and go on from there, basically tell the story, because they're the freaking feds. They'll find out whenever, or at the very least, talk to them to see if you can get your money back. Because again, either the money got wiped clean due to the fact that she gave her account number to the financial advisor, or the account was wiped clean because the government took the money. So we'll have to wait and see how things play out. But either way, it was a great scene. Good way to close out the episode. And KJ Smith did a great scene. KJ Smith did a great job of her acting in that scene. You can feel like her world is coming down around her in more ways than one. It's almost like her life is in shambles, just like that rickety house that Gary was talking about moving into. So, I mean, if this is an act, once again, who's to say Andy isn't the first woman that Gary brought to this isolated location, and then he got arrested only to be, taken away, and then the woman have nothing left. Almost like the Malones in the Haves and the Have-Nots, because remember, when Jim had the Malones abduct Candace and say, hey, kill her, but really it was an act. They took her out to the middle of the woods, shot at her head, but didn't shoot her directly. And then guess what? Her shoes were gone, so she had to walk back to the city to her apartment, which had been cleaned out by Jim because Amanda had moved out due to her dad saying that she had to come home. So when Candace made her way back to her home, her apartment, she had nothing left and then had to turn to Warlock for help. So maybe in this situation, Gary took Andy to an isolated place out of the city and then left her, well, with her shoes, but not comfortable ones. And then when she makes her way back to her apartment, maybe it's empty, maybe it's cleaned out, maybe she won't have access to it due to the whole, government thing. But then again, if this was an act, I think she might still have access to her apartment, but she literally has no money. So we'll just have to wait and see how things play out. But overall, I've already done my social media plugs and everything. Again, the links to Crystal Lee Naomi's 2 Instagram accounts will be in the top comment. Follow her on both. She'd really appreciate it, and I would too. But with that being said, let me know, are there any other discussion videos and whatnot you want me to do about Sistas? Because like I said, I'm probably going to hold off on the season overview until maybe next week sometime. It'll be done this month. Don't worry. I'm not going to wait too long. But I feel like, it's really important to get these discussion theory videos out first. So was there anything I missed in the final scene? Like, did the FBI agent say something that you feel like I should expound upon more? But really, for me, it was just him telling Andy about all the various crimes Gary has committed. The fact he's been married more than once, the fact that, her lack of cooperation is why she's being told to leave the property immediately. And why would Gary do this? So, again, let me know your thoughts. Do you think Jasmine was aware of this kind of illegal activity? Are Gary and Jasmine's kids really his kid? I mean, are they really Jasmine's kids or what? There are so many freaking questions to ask. But thanks so much for tuning in. Again, please subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later.